This amendment would carve out $400 million within existing funding for reconstruction efforts in Gaza that would rebuild essential civilian infrastructure like water, electricity, and sanitation. Let's be clear, that does not increase overall spending. Simply directs a portion of existing funding within the National Security Investment Program's account toward an urgent and strategic need. And it does so with guardrails, ensuring that all funding is administered only through vetted international organizations and non-governmental organizations. Mr. Chair, the scale of devastation across the Gaza Strip is unprecedented in modern history. During the Second World War, 30% of all buildings were destroyed in Poland. Today in Gaza, that number is much higher. According to a recent assessment by the Geographic Information System at Hebrew University, about 70% of all structures in Gaza have sustained severe damage. Others are now reporting 81%. At least a quarter of all buildings have been entirely destroyed. This month, the United Nations, European Union, and World Bank released an operational damage and needs assessment that reported over 76% of all housing across Gaza has been directly damaged, including housing units and apartments in the Palestinian refugee camps. Entire neighborhoods have been leveled. Schools and hospitals have been severely damaged and destroyed. Critical infrastructure, including water, sewage networks, electrical grids, have been decimated. And the cost of rebuilding the Strip are staggering. The UN, EU, World Bank estimate that the total cost to rebuild the Strip is $70 billion and that it will take decades. This amendment is a meaningful, targeted first step toward helping civilians in Gaza rebuild their lives. Without the basic necessities of clean water and electricity, there is no path to stability. And instability takes root when the most basic needs are not met. Supporting the reconstruction of Gaza is not only a humanitarian endeavor, it is a matter of national security in the U.S. best interest. For half a century, the region has been plagued by chaos and devastation that has fueled extremism, instability, and conflict. If we are serious about long-term stability in the region and about Israel's security and laying the groundwork for a lasting peace, then we must also commit to rebuilding Palestinian civilian lives. This amendment reflects this reality and the reality that the U.S. has already taken steps in that direction. The Trump administration has already consulted with Congress on the use of up to $1 billion in existing funding for humanitarian purposes in Gaza. This amendment builds on this progress and does so in a way that should be able to secure bipartisan support. The U.S. has both the responsibility to assist the people of Gaza, as well as an inherent interest in doing so if we are to prevent further conflict and radicalization in the region. We have seen the unbelievable consequences of this conflict and the loss of life, physical destruction, and overall destabilization of the region. The instability makes everyone less safe, including the U.S. and our closest allies. Intel agencies in both the U.S. and Israel agree that Prime Minister Netanyahu's strategy in Gaza will not lead to security for Israelis or Palestinians. His tactics have played into Hamas's hands by radicalizing another generation and making it easier for Hamas to recruit in the future. Reconstruction, done responsibly with proper, strict oversight, is one of the few tools we have to reverse that trajectory. This amendment ensures that the U.S. is used only for its intended purpose, its assistance, rebuilding civilian infrastructure, and cannot be diverted. It is targeted, it is responsible, and it is necessary. The right thing to do is often the smartest thing to do. Mr. Chair, this is not a partisan issue. It is about recognizing the reality of 2.5 years of war and responding appropriately. We cannot ignore the scale of destruction. We cannot ignore the long-term consequences of inaction, and we cannot expect stability to emerge from devastation. This amendment offers a practical step forward, and I urge my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support it, and I yield back.